Yeah, buddy. It's R.I.M.E live in HD. Like, subscribe, hit the notification bell for updates. Comment, share, like, hit the notification bell so you can get updates on more videos. Got another fantastic exercise session. So I'm a little refreshed. But I want to get on a specific topic right now. You guys heard it. I just feel like it's needed right now for a lot of people. This must be something in the air. We're going to talk about trick spot. Trick spot. I don't know if anybody out there has ever gotten into a situation where you've been grinding, you've been moving, you've been elevating, you've been progressing, and you start to get on a higher plateau, different level, new experiences, new everything. And it just seems like the people in your life, they either notice it or they're just being themselves and they just try to challenge you in some type of way and pretty much remind you that you're no better than what you were before you were grinding, elevating, moving to another level, a different plateau. You can't allow them to trick you out of your spot. What spot am I talking about? The spot where you know you are. Don't allow people to make you second guess your progress, make you second guess who you are, how far you come, make you second guess that you're on another level. So in those scenarios, it's not the time for trying to prove who you are, trying to convince people of who you are. Sometimes you just have to stand in who you are. And a lot of times that might not mean reacting emotionally. That might not mean even giving explanations. That might not mean even giving excuses or coming up with something to appease another. Sometimes that's just silence. Sometimes that's just staying focused on your purpose, on your vision. Not being rude, not being disrespectful, but just standing in the now that you are. Because a lot of times when we move in the direction we are supposed to be going in, we feeling all right. Everybody ain't feeling all right. And it does not necessarily have to do with how they feel about you. It oftentimes has a lot to do with how they feel about them. So a lot of the people aren't, hurt people, frustrate people. A lot of times they're just trying to share their wealth with you. And at that moment, their wealth just happens to be frustration. Their wealth just happens to be envy and jealousy. Their wealth just happens to be cloudy days. So you can't give what you ain't got. So a lot of times these people just want to share with you what they have. They just say, you know what? Things are so daunting on me right now. I just want to give you some of it. Things are so jacked up for me right now. I just want to be a blessing to you. I just want to just give you all this awesome terribleness that's going on in my life. And at that moment, you cannot allow these individuals with these different energies to trick you out of your spot, to trick you out of your posture, to trick you out of your position. And this is not an easy thing in the beginning. But once you're so used to doing it, it becomes easy. You know? And you just can't take it personal. You can't take things like this personally. I said about 40 vlogs ago, when goofy stuff start happening in your life, ask yourself 3 questions. That's what I do. I'm just telling you what I do. All right, yeah, you ain't got to do it. This will get me through. When goofy, random, dumb stuff and people come with all kind of crazy stuff show up in your life. I'm not saying this happened, but ask yourself 3 questions, and this will help you a lot. Question number 1. What was I doing when it happened? What was I getting ready to do when it happened? And what is it happening trying to prevent me from doing? Change your life. That'll let you know where this energy is coming from without even consulting with the energy host. That will help you realize, oh, this is coming from a bad place. But don't blame who's bringing it to you, because it's not their fault. They're just being themselves. They just have a misunderstanding, and somehow, especially if you ain't doing nothing wrong. If you doing something wrong, you know where it's coming from. But if you ain't did nothing wrong, and you focus on your vision, you focus on your plan, focus on building what you got going on, don't take it personal. Because you're going to end up hurting the feelings of the people, which you can't, sometimes you can't not do it. But we don't want to directly do it. If we're going to do it, it's going to be by default. If I hurt somebody's feelings, it's going to be by default. It's not, I'm not never intentionally trying to hurt nobody's feelings. But if you're going to hurt somebody's feelings, let it be by default. Let them be grabbing something off of you that they think is something that it really ain't. Let them do it like that. Don't actively hurt people's feelings, right? But if me staying focused, if me moving forward, if me not letting my core get cracked with your energy and your foolishness, then if your feelings get hurt in that, it's a personal problem. I ain't got nothing to do with it. But you're using me as the muse to get it done. Because some people, we got to understand, some people just like war. Some people just like fighting. Some people just like problems. And you can't do nothing about them people. You might be one of them. And main people that don't like problems and a lot of people just don't like it happening to them. Some people love drama. Some people love issues. As long as they're on the upper hand of it. But when it's coming down on them, sometimes they don't like it. But for people, I'm talking to the people that like peace, people that like progress, people that like moving forward. So people like happiness. What you like, you gonna feed. What you don't like, you ain't gonna feed. In other words, give more power to. Got a single coming soon called Power, by the way. But yeah, so just a little tidbit. I had to interrupt my movie campaign to discuss, because it's very needed. Because the fact, when things show up in your life, don't think you're the only one it's happening to. It's happening at a high clip, a lot of different places at once. That's why the whole misery love company situation, everybody's looking for the person that it's happening with. So that's one of the top 3 mind stimulants, mutual suffering. So when something's bad happening, a lot of times it happens, to other people, and they be like, man, you say what happened? Yeah. That's why, they got stuff like the news. So everybody can share issues, share, drama, share, But never think you're the only one. Because you're not. But you might be the only one that is responding in a healthy way. And not only benefits you, over time it benefits the people that are offended. Over time. It's not going to happen overnight. It's not going to happen the day of. But your response, not reacting, is going to positively affect these people over time. Just like a whirlwind of drama can overtake you, a whirlwind of blessing and goodness and kindness can overtake you as well. And that's what we want to be agents of. Because God's been so good to us, We want to share our wealth too. Not in a condescending way, but in a real way. Because in order to deal with individuals with this type of energy, you definitely have to have a level of maturity and understanding. We're not going to discount their feelings. We're not going to invalidate their feelings about whatever it is. But if it's completely just it's just false and it's just far-fetched, that we have to deal with that in a delicate way, because they're dealing with an issue on their own that has nothing to do with anything. It might include something you used to do or whatever, but none of that stuff is present tense. And you have to remain in the now, not the then. Because the longer you stay in the then, that's how cars crash. Because you got your eyes in the rear view a little too long. You got your eyes on your phone a little too long. You got your eyes on the kids in the backseat a little too long. What do all these things have in common? Broken focus. And that's the number one reason men fail. Broken focus. Focus on the wrong stuff. Because what you focus on, you become. Not trying to sound deep, but I'm about to get off this bad boy. Like, subscribe, hit the notification bell for all updates and future videos. I'm about to be banging these bad boys out on a weekly basis. I promise you guys, because I'm on it. And I'm making it synonymous with my exercise. I say I'm gonna start exercising and doing vlogs that'll keep me on point. You know what I'm saying? So I'm if I'm vlogging this month, it's because I'm exercising. I don't plan on stopping. So yeah, and I exercise every day of the week, except for the weekends. So I'm gonna put these bad boys together. I might double up, I might triple up, who knows? But the moral story is you're gonna get some value, and I hope you get some value. If you do, if you got anything similar about that you want to talk about, hit me in the comments. Let me know what you think about that. Let me know some scenarios you've been in that might mirror that example I just gave y'all. And y'all be blessed. Love y'all. Peace out.